All right, what's up? What would you see in today's video? Well, you're about to see how the fuck you close. This is a roleplay sessions that again turn more into a coaching call out of all the questions that the students had, where I explain in fucking detail how you close, and that closing only happens once you're able to remove all the clutter, all the fear, all the overthinking that the prospects are constantly fucking doing. I'm about to show you how you can obliterate that, how you can make that thing go away for once, okay? And how that makes people close. Now, in case you don't know me, my name is Lucas Guy. I make $50,000 a month. I work with 9-figure companies. I was able to generate millions. And I don't know, man. I just make people sell more. And if you watch this video, you're going to see what the fuck do I mean with that. I want you to pay attention because in this coaching call that you're going to see, literally I explain how you can understand what is the relevance, what is the thing that you should be addressing in the discovery, because there will be cases where the prospects are going to tell you a lot of things and you will have no idea how to fix that or where to go, what direction to take. Check this and steal my formula that literally shows you how and what is the thing that you should prioritize so that this clutter in your mind doesn't exist. You're also, in case this is happening to you, that you're having the calls, but you're not sure at moments what direction to go or you feel a bit lost, I want you to watch this and also pay attention to the W framework. It is very easy and you can just use it to never be lost in the calls. Believe me, you will never lose the direction of the calls if you just do this. So with those two, this video should be fucking worth it, but there are bonuses. You're also going to see how you can zoom out when needed in order to read the whole situation so that you can understand what's really going on and you can zoom in at will to target a specific moment. I'm going to be explaining what is so important to do both. In the calls, you need to be able to zoom out, see the whole picture, and zoom in and target a specific detail. This is key. This is crucial for you to close. Pay attention. Write these notes, okay? So if you're able to do this, you will be able to create such a deep discovery that is going to make people feel this invisible, as I like to call it, this invisible pressure that crushes them against the wall, because they feel this and they have to get out. They have to say, okay, I give up, I give in, just let's do this. And you have to be able to create that force that destroys them. So follow this advice. Take some fucking notes and make sure that you close your fucking prospects. Enjoy the video. Oh, and you fucking head, don't forget to subscribe. What the fuck, dude? All right, now enjoy the video.
Welcome, my people, to another Hunter's Call. Now, a good roleplay session, but as always, we're gonna kick things off with some questions that you guys might have right now. And then, of course, we focus 100% on the roleplay. So, does anyone has a question? I was just giving some sauce to Tyler moments ago. Hopefully, now you really understood that, you envision it, because that is actually pretty good, not gonna lie. It's one of the secrets to becoming successful. So that being said, anyone with a question? No one. No one?
No, I do.
Kevin? Welcome,
Yeah,
Kevin.
man. Man, I'm grateful to be here, man. I'm really happy. I can't lie to you. I'm gassed. You
Do you
know,
like this, Kevin?
huh?
How are things so far? Do you like them or no? Be honest.
No, I'll be honest with you. I'm really liking the fact that you guys are pushing me. What's it? I knew already before I entered it, there was going to be some pressure, which I like, of course. So yeah, man, I'm grateful.
Yeah, this is not, this is you gotta make money here. So time to actually do things. Do you like
And
racism? Oh no. Go for it. Go for it.
I'm not gonna. That's where my question is. So more or less, right? For the past few days, you could say I've been out seeing friends and family. And I was just wondering how you still get work done at the same time with friends and family and that being there and all that shit. Because like I feel like whenever I'm at home, it's like, well, there's nothing but just work there. But it's like when I'm outside, I'm seeing family, I'm seeing friends, all that stuff. So I was just wondering how you manage it. I mean, I was talking to Benjamin, he was just like, bro, just don't worry about it, man. You're not there yet, and that's what he was like. But I don't know.
That advice doesn't make sense. So you are there. You are in a situation where you're not making enough money to say, it's I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna spend time. It's like, no.
Yeah,
You first of all, you're extremely young.
yeah.
Every relationship that you can harm by spending more time on your goals and not so much on nurturing the relations can be fixed. So that's the first one. Okay. The second one, good relationships are the ones who support you doing the stuff that you care about, especially if it's a good thing, like what you're
Mm-hmm.
doing right now. Therefore,
Mm-hmm.
you need to be comfortable with saying no's and pushing people a bit, push people away, family, friends. I'm not saying obviously do not talk with them or anything like that, push them fully away. I'm not saying that to any of you, but you need to be able to have that critical mind, that cold mindset of saying, I'm in a moment right now where I cannot have this balance. Having this balance is extremely gay. I can't do that. I need to make money first. And then you get to once you're making good money, you get to the choice. I was explaining this. Actually, I had a call today early with another group of people, and I was explaining this. Today, if I want to, I can spend like 9, 10 hours a day just watching Netflix. Honestly, it wouldn't necessarily hurt me a lot today. Do I do that? No, clearly not. I'm not gonna do that shit. But I can say that I can if I want to because of the things that I have built. A great example for all of you, I think all of you know, my that person is someone who genuinely he doesn't need to work anymore, right? And you can see it. He's not doing anything now. So he lost the will. He's now doing other stuff. He was able to be unbalanced first, made the money, and then he decided to go on that path. You have to do the same. You have to be unbalanced today, push the people, do the things that you need to do. Obviously, I'm not saying not to talk to anyone, but do the work that is needed for you to become the man that you want to become. It's like a season, exactly. And then you decide, do you want to continue like this and build more? Do you want to just reverse it and now enjoy more? What do you want to do? My advice is whatever you want to do, realize that you and all of us in here, we're young. It's fine. It's not like we're 50 years old. It's not like we're 60. It's like it's fine. No one gives a shit. No one gives a
Mm.
shit. So that's my advice to you. Is this making sense?
Yeah, man. Because I remember someone telling me this. You can't serve two masters at the same time. So it's like I can't just go here and then go here. I need to pick one. So it's definitely something that I need to acknowledge. Even
Yeah.
though, I care for them and all that stuff like that, I need to also provide for them. So, you
Yeah.
know,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
yeah,
Be
man.
selective
Thank
with
you.
your attention. Be selective with your attention. It's one of my rules. Be selective with your attention.
Mm.
Tell him, oh no. Tell him,
Thank you.
Brokey, so you gotta log in. Love, you deal with it. You deal with it by everyone calling you narcissist because you're focusing on your own goals. It's also be selfish to be selfless. Another thing that I explained to you guys a bunch of times. Be selfish first, then be selfless. Set yourself for life. My girlfriend calls me selfish literally every day because I don't think about others. And her parents say it when they see me too. That sounds like a they problem, not like an Aiden problem. So, yeah, just do your thing. That person is now married to this. That's how you know he's done. Yeah. Get yourself a new girl. Oh no. Mm, wise words. I don't know. No more, no more basketball. No more KFC. No more watermelon for you, Kevin. Oh no. Okay. So, any other questions? Anyone? Nope. Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah, go for it.
So when you learn multiple things, like for example, the connecting the dots, the way you showed Jared, or viewing things from other people's perceptions, or improving charisma and being real, when you have multiple things to learn and perfect,
Yeah.
how do you prioritize which one? Because say, for example, you jump on a call and you know there are multiple things you need to improve on. How do you master those things in time so that when you get a call, you just leave it, especially for people who don't really have calls to constantly trial and error?
Yeah, no, it's not necessarily about the reps that you have. I mean, obviously that matters clearly, but it's not. That's not going to be the determining factor. It's just that you have to understand it like this. All the stuff that I am teaching you and that I am constantly learning at the same time, it's not like it's a separate thing on my mind, or I only prioritize this, or I know, oh, in this moment I have to prioritize this, and now I have to prioritize this. I don't work like that. I think you guys never saw me working like that. It just, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but did you guys can see that to me this comes like naturally? It's just like, no, just do this. No, no, just do this. It's very simple. I'm not like, now it's like, no, do this. It just comes naturally. And the reason for that, and this is an explanation I gave, I don't remember when, but I'll put it like this. I want you to imagine that when you're on a call, there are two sections, okay? Section number one and section number two. This is your mind, by the way. All this will literally be your mind. There's two sections in your mind when you're having the calls. The front section, which has only one thing, which is gathering information, okay? Especially at the beginning for obvious reasons in the discovery. Basically, what you do here is you're just soaking up information, right? You can add the curiosity factor, which is obviously very crucial. But basically, all you do is you're just gathering information, curiosity, curiosity. Why? Because your whole point here, and only one, is just to understand. Obviously, for you to understand, you need to gather information. You need to be very curious. This is obvious. But the whole point in this section of your mind is that you're just understanding the stuff. And in the first section of your mind is basically you with all the knowledge that you learned, that I taught you, you planning. You know when I do the calls that I explain to you guys that I'm making these strategies in the back of my mind that is like, okay, this call can go this way. This is what it's looking like. I'm connecting the dots, blah, blah, blah. All this stuff that it could be, for all I know, 500 things that I can write in here. This is how your mind should operate. So again, this will be the front of your mind, and this is the back of your mind. And once you're in on calls, all you do is the only thing that you're focused, the only thing that you're thinking, the only thing you're giving relevance is this section, section number 2. You're only focused here. You're only focused on how can I get this information? How can I be curious? What is this person suffering? What is this person dealing with? I need to understand him fully. That is all you do. This is the active part of your mind that you're there. You're there. The back of your mind, which is basically the other section, this is what you don't think. Don't think. I know it's weird to say it, but don't think here. Because the whole purpose of your call is just for you to be focused on this section, the front. The whole point when you guys are out of the calls is for you to be focused on this section, the first one. which is enhancing your mindset, acquiring more knowledge, having a better capacity of connecting dots, being able to strategize, being able to plan stuff like I do. That is what you do. So when you're off the calls, you're studying, you're doing anything, you focus on the first mind, the back mind. When you're actually on calls, when you're doing role plays, that's why I say it's not that relevant, Jake, because I know, Amro, you're in a situation where it's like, I'm not having calls, this is not good. It's like, you are having them. I know the role plays are clearly not it's not a different person, but you're still having them. And you're going to realize once you start having the calls, you're going to realize, oh, I mean, there is a difference, but actually, I'm not that bad. So my point is, once you're doing the role plays, when you're having calls, you focus on this. Just that. Just that, because I can promise you that your mind, if you had done the thing here in the correct way, you guys will know. It just comes naturally. It will just come naturally, literally. I know it because I didn't know how to do this. And now I will do it very fucking well. And all of you can do it. And I have seen it in all of you as well. In literally all of you, except Kevin, because he just joined 2 minutes ago. But I have seen it in all of you. So this is something that you can do. You just have to keep getting better at it. Keep getting better at it. And just, I want you to think when you're in a call, and please correct me if this doesn't make sense. When you're in a call, guys, sometimes you listen to something and then you say it to the prospect, and it's a very good question. Or it takes the prospect to a complete alley that you got him. But you're not thinking, it's not like you were thinking 3 moves ahead, like, I'm going to say this. And like, no, you just said it. And you're like, hey, I could with that question. That's what you gotta aim for. That's what you gotta strive for, right? That it just comes naturally. The mistake is that we try to overanalyze first, and it's like, okay, what can I say? How can I do this? How can I improve? It's like, no, just be fully present, and then you do this. It comes naturally, very easily, effortlessly. So I don't know if this is this making sense? Yes? No?
Yes,
Okay.
it does.
Extremely important. Again, this is how you never get into a position where you don't know what to ask. This is how you always ask good questions. This is how you can connect multiple skills that I am teaching you. Because obviously, I know Kevin will be a great example. Well, I mean, Kevin, you haven't unlocked everything. Kevin and Isabel are the most recent examples. When you guys see all the content that is, it's like, oh, fuck, I have a lot. There's a lot I have to learn. And then you see the advice and you're like, this is actually good advice. I have to implement this. And then you watch another one, it's like, oh, this is good advice as well. I have to implement this. And now you start getting a little overwhelmed. You're, oh, how do I implement all of this? The point here is that you don't. You understand that in the back of your mind, and through repetitions, through practice, through reminders, you end up becoming better at it. You just are able to say the things in a way better way. So it's just dividing your mind like that. This is what I do. It works really well. Just do the same. And you will never have to worry, linking this to your question, Amra, you're never going to have to be worried about, how do I use this now? And how do I use that now? No. You're never thinking of that. You're never thinking of that. Because if you really understood the principle, it just comes naturally. It really comes naturally. Okay? It's complicated, but at the same time, it's easier because now it's like your subconscious mind does all the work for you. It's just complicated to understand it. But if you do it like that, it's like it's a hack. It's a hack. You're two people working in the same in one body. And that's kind of like the whole point here. So is this answer your question? Do you want to ask me something else?
No, that's you summed it up at the end. It feels like I'm two different people arguing at the same time, and the prospect or whoever I'm role playing with is just staring at me.
Yeah. And I think all you need, to be fair, is you start having calls. Again, we need to talk about that again. and realize that, oh, it's not like I'm completely lost, because I think that there's a part of you who believes that he's fully lost. And you're like, I don't know how to do this. And you're wrong. Like genuinely you're wrong. But just my words alone are not enough. I need you to actually experience that so you can see. Obviously you can improve, but okay. Russian comrade.
Russian comrade reporting. Yeah, look, question on my current offer. I have a very hard time distinguishing the following thing, because sure, marketing sucks. Guess what? I suck too. So, and I have all types of various calls with different levels of awareness. And so far, I had a bunch of calls. I have 0 closes. And while my goal is to take 100% responsibility, I question myself, okay, and that specific call, I didn't sell anything. Is there anything I would have done more or better? Or is it truly like some prospects, we just cannot necessarily sell them for one reason or another? Let me know if my question makes sense.
The first thing I'm going to tell you is that if I say I suck out loud and in front of people, I'm going to start believing that. You just did that. Don't
Yes,
do
I
that.
did.
Don't
Okay,
do that.
you're
Also,
right.
you don't. I don't believe that. No one in here believes that. So that's the first. The second,
You're right.
have you watched the videos I did for Jared and for Isabel on specifically this topic? With this
I
offer?
think I watched one for Isabel, but I didn't watch one for Jared. Those are separate ones. If you did something fresh.
Okay, so I want you to check. There is, I mean, the latest Hunter's Eye where I roasted Isabel. That gives you info on that. And the second one is I put in the one-on-one calls. You see, the latest one is one with Jared and Andrew Nather. I want you to check Jared's part. Actually, I explained more of this. So it's like,
Okay.
if you listen to what I said to her and what I said to him, you literally know how to navigate these calls, because yes, marketing on your side is like, I don't know what this is a joke, to be fair. But the good thing is that if you overcome that by being very real and just saying, hey, by the way, I have this for you if you want it, and they say, yes, I do, explain to me, you're starting to create a lot of trust.
I did that, yeah.
Okay, that's the number one principle. If you're still not closing whilst doing this correctly, based on the skill that you have, I don't like blaming luck, but let's be fair. You and Andronator, it's like, as I'm always saying, God wakes up. Don't listen, Isabel. God wakes up and he just takes a piss on both of you. He just hates you both. I don't know why. It's like both of you are like enemies for some reason. What
That's
do
the
you do
name.
with that? What do you do with that? Well, you fight it. You fight it. You don't care, right? So my point is, God blessed them with good looks and said that's enough. Yeah, you both have like blue eyes. So it's like, all right, that's enough. We all have our things, right? Now, the problem is this offer is it's kind of weird, but you can make good money out of it. I don't think your skills are bad. When I said the thing about the luck is that there is a good chance that you maybe just had a bad streak about the prospects. That happens though. Like it happened to me. Okay. It will happen to me. It happened to you guys. It will happen to you guys. So like it's not like it will be unreasonable for this to happen. George, okay, go. And then I will have you as a nice prospect. Oh no, that's criminal. So that's one. The second one is Russian comrade is if you genuinely believe that you're not closing with the skill level that I think you have, the best thing that we can do is just let's analyze one of your calls. Okay. Let's genuinely analyze it. We don't have to analyze the whole thing, but you can just ask, I don't know. Andronator is the one who abuses this the most. So it will be the best person to ask this. Andronator, when I review your calls or sections of your calls, How helpful is that to you?
Crazy helpful, man. Crazy. And yeah, just like you told me in the last loom, usually we overestimate how long of a loom we need to send. Usually can tell in fucking 1 or 2 minutes, which is crazy. But yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's another thing. But yeah, absolutely. I do realize very quickly. Well, the point here is I want you to also have a little bit of that. So what we can do is I'm having Russian comrade every Friday,
Mhm.
not just this ones, because maybe this one is the role play, but before this one, you have one call.
Mhm.
Sundays, you have 3 hours of calls.
Mhm.
Mondays, you have 2 hours of calls.
Mhm.
So you have the chance to show up and say, hey, can we review this?
Mhm.
Okay. It doesn't have to be 3 hours. It's,
Mhm.
so let's do that. And let's make sure that everything is spotless, because there's probably a mistake, and the sooner we can fix it, the better you can start taking action and close, because I know you need to close. So let's make sure that happens. Okay.
Look, a question on that. How
Tell me.
do I pick what to review specifically? Because at least to me, it seems like there's so many different prospects, so many different things. Do I just cut smaller parts, which makes the most sense for me to review, and they just like kind of like compress 3-4 calls in a 10-minute loom, or how? What's the most efficient way to do it?
Just check the highlights. Check interesting moments of the calls. And
Mhm.
ask Andrew Nader. He has the most
Mhm.
experience. He just overdid it with the latest loom, but it's just the highlights. It's what's the most important part, or something that you are not sure. If you personally are not sure how you answer it, that's what we can see in one of those calls, and like it's fine. Also, if it's something super important, you can just send that to me. Like, I don't want you to feel like, oh no, I'm cooked, to say, no, it's all good. I'm here to help you. Okay.
Yeah, because again, it's where my question comes from. I was confused. Sometimes I wasn't even sure where I went wrong because, again, given the marketing, I try to base what I do on what prospects are telling me. And again, the options say, hey, well, we'll also have this thing. If you might be interested, I did the same thing. But sometimes I genuinely not sure what I did wrong. So it's kind of
Yeah.
like, I drop the price, I see the reaction, and I'm like, is it how I behave during a discovery? Is it because they genuinely don't have enough trust? So it's kind of like I'm not necessarily sure which specific part I tripped on, if it makes sense.
And that alone is the reason why people get a mentor. I'm not sure where I fuck up.
Yeah, precisely.
So yeah. Let's do that. That should be the answer to your problems. Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it. Thank you, Luke. I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
And I appreciate you calling me out on a negative self-talk. I have been fucking up on it lately. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Negative talk doesn't exist in here. It doesn't. Okay. Only when we call Liam gay. That's the only one. Isabel.
Yes. So I know we have that frame that Andre and Jared and I have all been using, which is basically we disillusion the prospect right up front and tell them how things are, like be real. I wanted to know because the other people on the team are doing it where they basically don't disillusion the prospect. They take it as a mobility evaluation call, but throughout the process it's a sales call, and at the end they basically pitch and as the recommendation.
Mm.
And I think it might be smoother because the prospect is like, okay, he's asking me these questions to find out or what.
Wrong. It's not smoother, because at the end, I just do a sneak attack on you, like, hey, by the way, 6 grand. And no one likes that. That's not smooth. That is rude. So what is that you do? If you really want to go on the consultant side, which I'm not a fan of, you could do it, but you can still set a good frame where you say, I'm going to ask you questions to really see how I can help you. And I can tell you if you really need to go with this or need to go with this toolkit or the big program. You let me know, of course, what's in your budget, what is that you want to do. But I'm going to ask you questions to really clarify what's the best thing for you. And then you act as the advisor. But now you have the
Yeah.
permission and they really know it. That's the smooth way.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Also, like that's kind of what they do, basically.
Okay, yeah,
But
yeah, no,
it's yeah.
that's good.
Okay. All right.
Anything else on that? Or you were just
It's just different than first off saying, like, I think the difference is that I'll tell you how much the investment is, what time it would cost, etc. up front. Like, I'll tell you that, and then if you have any questions, if you want to do it, that's okay. If not, that's also okay. Like, do you see what
but
I mean?
but I will never say that things up front. You never say those things up front.
Okay.
Why would you do that?
I think that was in the last one of the last roleplay calls. That was the frame you gave, but that was
No, 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 no. The frame is I'll explain to you, of course, what the program is, how much the investment can be, so that I get you covered with everything.
yeah.
But I'm not gonna tell you right now. Like, no,
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 I'm
no.
always gonna ask you
No, no.
questions.
Yeah.
Okay? Like that's the frame. You never give that info from the get-go. Never. The whole point
Yes,
is the whole
that is
point
fine.
is data gathering. Data gathering. You use that to create a lot of leverage that they say, oh yeah, actually, yeah, you create leverage for yourself on your point on the fact that they need the one-on-one coaching program. Therefore, when they see that, they're like, oh fuck yeah, I need to do this. I'm screwed. Yeah,
Yes.
good. Anything else?
No, thank you.
No,
Makes sense.
absolutely. Andronator?
Yeah, a very specific question. Beyond asking what the prospect saves each month, would you always also ask how much they have in savings? And if so, how would you go about it? Because some people find that very personal.
Asking the how much do you have in savings now, it's very personal and it can sound as extremely salesy. So the only moment where I would ask that is when I am handling an objection through open wallet, which is basically you asked permission to talk about the full financial situation. And once I know they really want to do it, they're not bullshitting me. Because if they really want to do it, and I say, okay, so let's roll what you have. How much do you have right now in savings? That's different, right? That's not salesy. That's I'm trying to help you. I want to see what we got. If you do it from the discovery, in the discovery, yes, that sounds a lot more. That sounds extremely salesy because there's no need for that. To be fair, all you need to do in the discovery is basically saying, okay, how much money do you make? 1K. How much money do you spend? $800. Okay. So every month you have an extra of 200. Yes. Do you always have this extra? Yeah, pretty much always. Okay, cool. For how long have you been working on this? Well, for the past 2 years. Okay. So it will be 24 times 200, which is the people have $4,800 in savings. Obviously, this could change, but do you get the point? Is that you already know, you have an idea. If you're that's a subtle way of asking it. If you're not sure, because I don't know, what I would just do is I'm gonna ask, okay, in all this time, I'm assuming you didn't just save everything up. So do you have any big expenses? And that is like a sneaky way of them telling you, no, 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 I saved everything. I'm always saving. Or they say, no, no, I mean, I bought a couple of things. So, and now you can, I don't know, reduce that to half. But it gives you an idea. Is this making sense? This is how you do it without being salesy.
Perfect. Yeah, it does make sense because I literally just came off a call. The guy was making 2.3K a month and he was living paycheck to paycheck. And I asked him, how long has that been the case? Well, yeah, for a long as time. So, with my break and tech offer, I can pitch from 1 to 3K up front. So that's why I was a bit lost on how much should I pitch up front. Because who knows? Maybe the guy does have savings, and if so, I can pitch higher. But
Yeah, with that case, if he's living paycheck to paycheck, you can, the way I would find it out, I would say, so if you're that prospect, I'm just going to tell you. So, Andre, you making 2.3K every month, but living paycheck to paycheck. Man, can I be blunt with you? Yeah,
yeah,
sure. Let's say I just explain you the program and you love this and you're like, damn, I need to start this ASAP, which has happened before with a lot of people. How would you make it, man? Like I'm assuming, I mean, you're smart, you know this is not free. But if you're living paycheck to paycheck, I mean, how? I don't want to explain you the program so that you're just heartbroken. And now he's telling me that no, I mean I will find this, I will do this, I have this saving. Makes sense?
Yeah, I've done tried it a few times, but sometimes they just say, "Well, yeah, it depends on the amount. Can you tell me?" And then I'm fucked.
No, you're not fucked. In what stage of the discovery this is depends. If you just started, you can just say, I will. I mean, I need to ask you a few more things just to make sure, but you can give a range one to some. It could be a few thousand. It could even be 1,000, but it depends what you need. To be fair, like I don't want you to be afraid of saying that because in the worst case, if you see someone, this is by the worst scenario. You can say it's from 1,000 to a few thousand depending on what you need. Because if you realize the prospect is super fucked, you're gonna pitch the 1,000 anyways, and you just tell them that they got less. That's one option. If you don't want to do that, or you're not convinced, or you don't like it, it simpler way is just okay. So they say, "Hey, yeah, how much is that?" Well, what are you looking for? I'm looking for this. Okay, just for that. Is this will be when are you getting this objection the majority of the time?
So
When this
usually I
happens?
pre-handle, yeah, I usually pre-handle money like that at the end of discovery, just before I go
Uh-huh.
into the pitch.
Well, you would have an idea then. So that's what I'm not following. This is confusing me. You have no idea how much they could invest if you're getting by the end of the.
No, the only time I pre-handle price like that is with prospects like the one we just discussed, where they are living paycheck to paycheck, and I don't know if they have savings or not.
No. Then the framework is easy, which is okay. How would you make it happen? Well, it depends on how much it is, and then I'm just gonna challenge them. Like to be fair, I'm just gonna challenge them and say, okay, if this is, I think you're not understanding, my friend. It's not about if this is $100, 500, 1,000, 5,000. It's about how would you make it happen if this is what you want. I'll tell you how much is it. Don't worry. But what I'm saying is that if you're living paycheck to paycheck, it doesn't matter if you have $100 or 1,000 as an expense or 5,000 as an expense because you have to make an expense and you cannot afford it. So help me understand how would you do that, and of course I'm going to tell you how much is this. But how's that? So again, you don't fall for that frame, okay? Just
Mhm.
make it easy like that. I would not fall for that frame, and if they just keep pushing, I would say, dude, why would I help you if you know if this is obviously not doable? And if they keep pushing, I'm gonna say, okay, give me your range. Why would it be so different? What do you mean? Well, if I tell you it's 100, you would do it? Yeah. How? I would do this. Okay, if I tell you it's 1,000, you would do it? Yeah. How? If I told you it's 5,000, you would do it? No. Why not? So again, it's it's not so much about how fancy you are with what you're saying. It's about you always in your frame. Because when they say that question to you that fucks you up, as you said, you basically fall for their frame. Now you're on their
Mm.
side. And now you're lost, right? And again, what I was trying to show you is one way of kind of like battling here, but it's never useful. You never want to be fighting them on their side. Just come to this side because you have the power to tell them, you know, I'm not sure how I can help you if you cannot even answer me this. And they're the one losing the chance. You're losing a few hundred at most. They lose a life. They lose their future. So you being able to showcase that to them, you win. You have the frame. That makes sense?
Cool. Yeah, makes sense. Appreciate it.
Cool. Sorry if I made it a yapathon, but Jared.
Yeah, in my moves method offer, I've been doing the framing the way that you showed me, but I notice the prospect sometimes throughout the discovery, they'll just throw in something like, "Oh yeah, that's why I'm excited to use the toolkit." or they'll like throw in something like that about the toolkit as a way to, I guess, reinforce that they don't want to buy anything else and they want to try it first. So would you call something out if you notice that they keep saying something like that, or do you just leave it?
You always face the lion. Always. You always face the lion. If the prospect says something like that, I mean, literally just role play with me. So yeah, Jared, I mean, is it important for you to improve your mobility or
Yeah, it definitely is. That's why I'm excited to get started with the toolkit.
oh, you just want to do the toolkit? You're not interested in hearing what I have as well?
Yeah, yeah, I just want to do the toolkit.
You're not interested at all in the chance of you what I just said. Not at all.
I mean, no, not really. I mean, maybe for the future, like I'll do the toolkit for a month and then like you could tell me about what you have and then in a month down the line, I can reach back out to you.
Okay. What would I tell you now if you just want to do the toolkit?
Just so I like know for the future.
Well, we could just talk about that in the future. If you don't want to, you don't have to listen about it. I mean, I'll tell you right now, the X program, you get one-on-one coaching. You fix the problems extremely easy for a higher investment. That's the explanation. If you're basically having problems and this is not like that relevant, it's like, sure, go with the toolkit. But I just want to make sure, Jared, that you're saying this because you genuinely don't you're genuinely not in pain, you're genuinely not in discomfort at all, and you just genuinely have this as a minor problem. That's why it's like, no, toolkit is good enough. But I want to make sure that that's not the case. I want to make sure that you're not just, maybe protecting yourself a bit of saying, no, 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 I don't want to do something else. I'm not ready to spend anything. Like, it's cool. You don't have to. But I want you to just be real with me, which is it really that much of a slow, small problem? If it's that, it's all good. Then we could just keep battling. But do you see how I am excessively calling the shit out? Like,
Hmm.
excessively. It is,
Yeah.
I am having the argument for me and for them at the same time. I don't know if you realize, but it's me. I am talking for myself and for them. And I just keep battling at the same time. Why? Because that gives me all the power. What can they say? Yeah, 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 yeah. They have nothing to say now. And the whole point
Hmm.
with that is that you can kind of like buffer up a bit that blow, which is, you know what? I just want to do the toolkit. I don't want to do more. And I don't want to. And then you just said, you don't have to. But is it because you just genuinely don't have a problem at all? Because if you did, wouldn't you want to at least listen to it more carefully? And if I say it like that, and the prospect still says, no, 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 I'm good. Okay. Just leave. Just
Hmm.
just give them a high level promise. Maybe give them the range of the price and follow up in the future.
Hmm.
Is this making
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, I think a lot of them would do that. Like they would just be like, "No, yeah, I'm good with just the toolkit for now." And like in a couple weeks, maybe we could have this conversation again because throughout the call they kind of do that. And then I did one call where I pitched him, price dropped and everything. I
Yeah.
shouldn't have because he wasn't ready for it, but they also want us to pitch everyone, so I just did it. And then he's like, "Yeah, I'm not interested. I don't want to do this." And
Uh,
then I tried objection handling, but there was literally nothing I could do because I would normally be like, "All right, well, do you want this?" But he's like, "No." I'm like, "Okay."
what you do is option one, you give a high level promise very shortly, your pitch very shortly. And then you say, this is the option. In the future, we can talk about it. Do you want to see that? Yeah, sure. But right now, if you're interested, we don't do it. Cool. Awesome. You always leave like that. The
Hmm.
other option is, okay, so I can see that you clearly just want to do the toolkit now. Let's do this. I'll explain to you what our program is, the 101, so that if you need it in the future, if you don't see results with the toolkit, we can talk about it. How does that sound? Yeah, yeah, for sure. Boom. You do it like that now. Way better, easier, right?
Hmm.
The whole the whole angle here is that after a week, you need to do the follow-ups. After a week, send her an email. Send him an email. Hey, what results you already got? And this is key. What results you already got? I'll say it again. What results you already got? Because they're going to tell you none. And then you say, oh, okay, just keep going. 2 weeks and a half. Hey, what results you got so far? None. Wow, I know. Wow, is everything okay? You weren't able to do any of the exercises. Another key thing, you weren't able to do any of it. You say, no, I did a bit. Oh, so you did, but you still got no results. It's just quick emails to stab them a bit, just that. And then after a month, remember, I'm always here if you need more help. Have a great day. That's it. That's it. I can promise you, Russian comrade, and Isabel, if the three of you do this type of follow-ups, you're going to close a lot. Because this is people that you will close like this. It's basically making the most out of the situation with your marketing. Your marketing allows you to have a bunch of leads that are not nurtured enough. Okay? That's the problem. And if that's the case, they slowly need to see the value on it. I don't know, I'll give you an example. Just with the hunters itself. You guys know the value of it, but let's say someone just joined. I mean, Kevin kind of knows it, but someone just joined random in the lowest possible tier. He will not have any intentions on investing on the big one unless he sees what he can get. Then now it's different. It's like, actually, you know what? I could get this. But you guys are not in the situation where that prospect is nurtured enough to see the value that you can give him. Or he believes that just with a toolkit, he can get that value alone. And there's no need for anything else. Right? So that's also a thing. So it's a process for people to see what you really can offer and also understand the results that they got today. Make sense?
Yeah. I think the other problem is some of them don't have a problem big enough to need one-to-one coaching. It's like, oh, mobility, $30. I'll just buy it. But then they're on the call, but they just don't need it.
That's also true. That's also true. You have prospects who are like, no, I don't need this. And you can clearly see they don't need it. That's why the best thing you can do is always end the call on really good terms, which is, cool, here's my email. In the future, if this changes, if this becomes more severe, if you need more help, please just shoot me an email. There's not a problem. And that's how you start nurturing leads. And this is where this is what we call passive income in sales like this. It's like a joke, which is basically very slowly with time, after like a year and a half. And this happens to me, by the way, that you receive an email out of nowhere. It's like, hey, I remember, we talked and I kind of need the help now. Is there a way? Like, oh, shit. And you do nothing and you close. Because the seed that you planted 1 year and a half ago. That makes sense?
100%. Thank you.
Yeah. And this applies to all of you, clearly. The movements method offer, it's way better for doing the follow-ups for obvious reasons. But that doesn't mean that you guys shouldn't do it in your current offers as well. Jaden?
Yeah, I have one question regarding the price. When prospects ask for the price during the pitch, what I usually do is, you haven't seen the offer yet, and like imagine you go to a car dealership and you just ask for the price, and I'll tell you which car. This is usually how I handle it. So is it right, or is there any better way?
I do that. Usually what I just say is that, oh, I mean, just role play with me. Just do that. I'll show you.
Yeah, Luca, what's the price, by the way?
I'll tell you. I mean, I'm pretty sure you want to know. That's why you're in this call. I'll tell you, but I have to let you know, man, like there's a range on this. It could be this much, it could be this much, because we have different programs. So depending on what you told me, depending on the questions that I ask you, I can tell you, oh, it's this, it's this. If you want, I can give you that range right now, if that helps you. But I don't know. I don't know how useful that will be to you. Do you want a specific number? Maybe that will be more helpful to you.
You already asked me questions. Do you know which program I get?
Not yet. Otherwise, I would have told you, man. So
Oh,
which one do
okay.
you want? Do you want that specific or do you want that range?
And the specific.
Okay. Just a few more questions. Resist. You got this. All right. So and now I'll just ask you. So you see, it's very diffusing. Now, if you become a dickhead and you keep trying, it's like, all right, all right. What do you do? And what do you do for work? Just give me an example. Say anything.
I'm a plumber.
Okay, you're a plumber. Let's say that the pipe of my second bathroom broke. How much are you going to charge me to fix that?
It depends on how broken
No,
it
no,
is.
no. Just tell me how much.
Yeah, it depends, Luca.
I don't want depends. Just tell me the price, man. How much is it going to fix me? How much is this going to cost?
Yeah, you're right.
That's it.
Yeah, it's a mirror effect. By the way, I always had the struggle with when I'm in the pitch.
Yeah.
That's what I thought and told you just now, that you already asked me questions, so you should know what I need, which program that I need. That was my struggle. Like if someone asked me that.
Well, it's what you did. Sorry, what I did, which I told you. Yeah, I mean, I already have a few, but I still cannot determine. That's otherwise I would have just told you. So yeah, do you want me to
Okay.
ask you questions and be specific, or I can still give you a range if you want to? And if they still
Okay, that
keep
makes
going,
sense.
yeah. And if they still keep going, you gotta call it out and you say, okay, so why are you so fixated with the price? I mean, I get it, it's important, but you being so fixated, are you window shopping right now? Is that the only reasoning this call? Or is the only purpose here to just get a number that makes sense financially? You just don't give a fuck about anything else? Is that what's going on here? You can call that thing out. It's fine. Again, there are layers. First you start with that, and then you keep going with it. Make sense?
It makes sense. The thing with the questions, so that was my only, like, that was my light bulb moment right now. That solves everything.
Awesome.
Because during the pitch, I can clarify as well, like decide later which program is the best for them.
Awesome. Okay. Cool. Andronator?
Yeah, a random one. I I closed the prospect a while ago, and she was supposed to pay her second installment in 2 weeks from now. But she just sent me a message saying that she was planning to take a loan because she couldn't afford it right now, but that failed. So now she's asking for a refund, which by the way she can't get anyways. But I'm planning to see if there's anything I can do to at least save my commission for the upcoming payment, if that makes sense. So we have a call booked in a few hours. How would you go about that call? Do you have any advice for me?
When the people join your thing, do they sign something? Like
A contract, yeah.
in that contract is stipulated that they cannot get a refund in a case like that?
No, they can't.
So I know they can't, but is that in the contract? Is there a way you can show that in the contract?
Yeah.
Okay. So you show up to the call and you say, Lucretia, you know I like you, girl, but there's a problem here. Boom. You showcase you show your screen. You highlight that. This is the situation, and you signed this. So we can focus on this problem, or we can focus on the solution. What do you want to do? I mean, I don't know. Do you want to focus on the problem or do you want to focus on the solution? The solution. Okay. If you want to focus on the solution, I need you to understand one thing. I want to help you, but you jumped into this because you wanted to do X, Y, and Z. You repeat that to them. You know what's at stake here. So understanding that, instead of you just leaving this and be like, you know what, this was a lost thing, I just lost money. I left to nowhere. You got to keep going. You're in the middle of the ocean, girl. You got to keep swimming. You know, middle of the ocean now. You got to keep swimming. So that's what you got to tell her, and allow her to keep swimming with your help, and see, okay, what can we do? Another job, a loan. Why did that loan fail? What do we have to do to make that loan work? Is this making sense? Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
it does. Yep.
Or no? Anything you want to ask me on this?
No, that's perfect. It makes sense. Cool.
Wait, I'm getting attacked. Okay. Anyone has a question for Dollar right now? No?
How do I make more?
How do you say bark in Spanish?
Do you want to answer that?
Can you teach
Ladrido.
him to Roman salute?
Isn't it El Bark?
Nah, that's crazy.
It's
God,
called.
fuck that dog.
It's called. Oh no! It's called ladrido. That's how you say it. Or ladrar. Anyways, I'm gonna resist. Okay, so all this is good. Everyone, same page. Yes. All right. Who's ready for some role plays?
Yes, sir.
George. Okay, George, you're gonna be the prospect. You ready?
Yes.
Oh no! And he's so happy. That's even worse. So, according to the last time, I think we could do a double kill. I want all of you to participate, but Russian comrade, you're very concerned. Is the prospect that you want to do completely diabolical and it will be just a complete troll, or you can really tailor
Nah,
it to...
actually, it'll be very interesting. It's not going to be a troll.
Okay, then. That's it for this one. I want to see what you do, Russian comrade.
Mhm.
Okay? I want to see if you're fucking up somewhere. And George Thomas, I don't know. Merde. Putain. Amro?
Yes.
You told in the last Loom, the last Hunter's Eye, you wanted us to improve on body language. So, as closes, for example, in this case, Russian Comrade, could you also give tips on, for example, things he did wrong in terms of body language or just his overall presence in the call? Not just the
Absolutely.
direction of the call.
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm going to call
That
out
will be
everything.
useful. Mhm.
Damn, this is a good coffee. So, you guys want a minute to prepare yourself?
I'm already in the role, mate.
Oh,
Yeah, we can start right now.
jeez.
Depends what offer it is for, though. What is it
It's
for?
moves method, of course. It's if you have some injuries or
Interesting.
something, and you say it again,
Okay.
George.
Interesting.
Do you know what
I
this
know
is for?
exactly what to play. It's
Oh.
like it's helping people with their fitness, well, not so much fitness, but like being able to move their joints, being able to be more active, be more
Yeah,
flexible
yeah.
as well, right?
Yeah, and it can be you can be a super stiff athlete or you can be a grandma. So either or. I receive both.
Yeah,
I have
I'm gonna
20, I
play
had 22-year-old on the call. I had 80-year-old on the call. So
cool. I'm gonna play myself, see how you do. Like actually myself. Well, not myself, but part of it will be myself. You'll see.
okay.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So, you're from
Hey
the
George, how are you doing today?
Doing good, bro. How are you?
Not bad, not bad. Thanks for asking. Where are you based?
I'm in Paris right now.
Paris. Paris, not bad.
Yeah.
Well, listen, George, I know we're limited on time, so would you mind jumping straight into it?
Yeah,
Stop.
sure, man. Go ahead. Let's do it.
So, one thing with the intros, there's a change we're gonna do. I'm gonna make a video lesson on this, so I will make a episode now.
Mhm.
The second one is Russian comrade.
Mhm.
I'll explain it like this. No. No. You're pulling a Carlitos right now for no reason. It's like, no. This gives you extremely low mobility. Also, this, even though it's very subconscious, I promise I'm gonna make this very quickly, but this is important, by the way. I'll make this quick. In social interactions, there are 4 places that you can talk to people. Okay, this is 4 places that you can talk with people when you meet them in person, but this also applies when you're on calls. Okay, this is the public zone, with you very far from people, or considerably far. Then you have the social zone, which is basically like one arm and one arm away. It's like it's a considerable amount. It's the normal thing that people talk to. Then you have the personal one, which is basically you when you're talking to someone you know a lot, like you get very close. Like there's a lot of confidence. There's a lot of rapport there. That's the personal zone. And then you have the intimacy. I can't write. Intimacy zone. If I go and I just meet Andronator, and nah, Carlitos, if and actually I'll make it like this. Public is this. Actually, I should have started like this. This is public. This is social. People talking normally. This is personal. Okay, it's like there is some distance, but you can see that I'm not on top of you pretty much. And this is intimate. Intimate is if I go to even a donator whom I have confidence and I put my face in his face at this length, even if I have no intentions of licking him, it will be very weird. He will be, why are you so close to me? And what would he do? He's just gonna lean away. And I want you to imagine anyone doing this. Why is this important and why is this relevant to this? Because you, and Carlitos, who also does this, you put yourself with that frame of basically this subconsciously makes you feel like I am very close to you, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm very far away from all of you. But me being here makes you feel, why were you so close? It's weird. So it's always like this. Always normal.
That's a very good point. I didn't even realize I'm that close. So from you, when it comes to my location, since I don't plan to share that much closeness with George yet, is it just tell me? Don't look at me, George, like because I said like this. Is it reasonable or even farther?
That is you in the personal zone. That is you here. This is not that bad, but it doesn't give you a lot of. You see, usually the hands need to be
Yeah, I
able to
cannot use my
show
hands a lot.
themselves fully. Like, look at this. This is the perfect one. I can move my hands freely.
Mm.
Do you see? And you can see from my upper part of my thorax. That's how you do it. The mistake is also doing this. The camera doesn't help me, but obviously, a lot of distance. That's not good either because I'm right now in a social one. I'm in a social. It doesn't feel personal now, and if it doesn't feel personal, I don't want to tell you about my stuff. I don't even know you. Is this making sense on the? I think it's super important. I kind of went on a tangent, but it's actually important. So be careful, boys and lads, when you zoom in too much. So
2 questions for you, Luca, before we move on. So if let's just say because my camera is sitting right on my laptop, it's just that specific, so I'm kind of stuck here. But if I am here, is it marginally better? Much better. I can even change the angle slightly, so I can use my hands.
Way better. I would just pull it a bit down.
Even
I know
lower.
you don't want to see. I know you don't want to show the bed.
Yeah,
but
pretty much.
Who gives a fuck about the bed? Unless you have a pile of clothes in there, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even look like a bed. No one cares. Also, it's fine. Also, it is statistically interesting. This I was about to bring this to you in a training, but whatever. It's apparently statistically proven that a background like yours develops more trust than a background like mine. Why?
Because of
Because
the whole-
it's more you're normal.
Mhm.
It's more you're more approachable.
Mhm.
Here you see me, you're like, what the fuck is this guy?
Mhm.
He's on a spaceship, right?
Mhm.
So that alone can help you. So I don't want you to be like, I don't know, I don't want to show. No. It like just look at, and again, all of you, please delete the perception that you have about me and Russian Comrade and Jonator. If you just have to trust us, wouldn't you trust genuinely more the dude who shows you his house than us with the lights and blah blah blah? So it's not a bad thing. Not a bad thing. Yeah. Now, obviously, if you have a background like this, like me and Jonator and Jaden, it's not that we're cooked guys. It's fine, right? It's fine. I prefer having this, but to be fair, I would only have a black thing, like just like I did before. But YouTube. So, what about me? That doesn't show necessarily your background and Jared's and George's don't show. So, this is another training I was gonna do for you guys on charisma. Charisma is warmth and competence. I'm gonna make this, and you're gonna really like this. But what Russian Comrade gives you is warm, which is, you know what? I can trust this guy just on the background alone. What Isabel you're showing, what Jared is showing, what George is showing, especially dressed like that, is competence. This is a person who knows what they're doing, right? So just on the background alone gives you a point or gives you a positive, but you also need to complement the other side. So Russian Comrade has to effort himself more on showing that he's competent.
Mhm.
However, Isabel has to show more that she's warm. Makes sense? And this is how you find that balance with charisma. But again, I'll make a good training on this. You guys are gonna love it. It's gonna change a lot how you are with everyone. But that being alone, good, bad, makes sense?
Yes, and I have a quick question. So one of the issues I did on my calls is I needed to have my script in front of my eyes, specifically so I wouldn't forget some points I want me to say, and for each page. So what I did is I had half of a screen as a script and half of a screen as a Zoom. Guess what? I didn't see shit on a Zoom, and I actually had to be like this so I can actually read that. So I'm not sure what would be the remedy for it because I have an additional screen and I can just have it here, but I would be like this, checking. So I didn't want to do that in front of a prospect.
What do you have? So you have your laptop in front of you. Is there a wall?
Window in front of me.
Okay, so grab a sheet of paper, and if you have to, write down notes and just put it there.
Okay, so just notes to make sure to remind me instead of actual script.
What I do, and this should be showing or not.
We see a black screen.
Yeah, no, it's apparently trolling me. Yeah, no, it's completely trolling me. Okay, never mind.
Kevin.
Never mind. We're just seeing Kevin. Anyways, I wanted to show you that. So basically, I have the laptop clearly, my camera, but on there I have a whiteboard. That if I'm looking at the whiteboard right now, it looks like I'm literally looking at you. So I can just, if I need to see something there, I can just say that. Make sense?
I can definitely do that. Thank you.
Whiteboard, you write it down, whatever, something that is easy to see. Okay.
Yeah. So I will do agenda setting with George, but before that, I actually have a quick question about it. On my very first calls, I did a proper agenda, how I'm about to show you. On some of the last calls, I decided to test to see what we will say because of some prospects, I start sending an agenda on what's your mobility issues, and some of them I'm here because I don't have access to a toolkit. So in my mind, it's actually made more sense to ask what can I do for you, and then it's like, oh yeah, this and this mobility is like perfect. Then I actually set a proper agenda, if it makes sense.
Yeah, no, it is the right mindset on every aspect. What can I do for you? Always. It will never be good. You're not mistaken at all. Okay.
Yeah, so my usual agenda setting would be, yeah, George, so the goal of our conversation today is for me to understand your current mobility situation and health situation. It's your starting point A. And for me to see where you want to get. point B and see what we can do for you. And we have multiple options, including coaching. And once I know what I have going on, I will give you the best recommendation and my expert opinion. How does that sound?
Let's keep
Yeah,
roleplay. Let's maintain the roleplay.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah, perfect,
Yeah,
George.
sounds
So
good, bro.
tell me what actually made you want to book this call with us today.
Yeah, just see how you guys can help me, and how you can fix my leg up as well. I'm kind of looking for that. Just give it to me straight, give it to me honest. Like I've managed, buddy, I've managed sales teams like you. Okay, so like I've had people like you on my payroll. I know how it works. So just give it to me straight.
What are you looking for, George? What do you mean? People like me on your team, give it to me straight.
I'll show you what I would have done there.
Mhm.
Okay. So you wanted me to give you straight up about fixing your leg, and you just wanted to see how you can help, and does it make sense for you financially, or just want to get the toolkit, or what are you looking for? Roleplay with me.
Sorry, what?
Oh, I thought we're just playing a game about who can talk faster, and just is your turn now.
Well, what's the point? I'm just trying to tell you, like, bro, I've managed teams like you. Okay, like I know how the scripts work. Just let me know what it is up front and how it can help me.
Do you understand why I did that? I'll explain it. You show up with this attitude of, I know more than you. I know how the scripts go. So let's just make this fast. If you have that attitude, I genuinely cannot help you. So let's start from a good place where you talk to me normally, not like you're superior to me, because you show up in that way, whether you realize or not. And we see how we can fix that leg problem that you have. But to be fair, if it is more important for you to show up with that attitude than to fix the leg, God bless you, my friend. So what do you want to do?
That's a fair point, brother. It's all right. Let's start from the top, man.
Good. Awesome. And then you go.
Look, for a second, actually had a similar prospect like this, not exactly, but similar. I just asked him, why are you here then? Why did not why are you here, but he said something along the lines of, "Oh yeah, I know there will be a upsell coming." I was like, "Well, possibly. Why did you book this call then? If this is what you expected, something along those lines."
The thing is that you have to address the attitude.
Mhm.
This is the problem with you guys.
Mhm.
What George is trying to do, it's obvious.
Mhm.
But I can cut it from the first question.
Mhm.
He's not going to be able to do it anymore. But if it was any of you, you would need 3-4 questions, and you're like, Luca, what do I do? This prospect is not helping me. That will be you. And no. Don't be afraid of facing the line. Don't be like, oh, what do you mean? What are you looking for? If someone shows up and is disrespectful or treating you like, I already know how this goes, blah, 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 call that out. Because it's for their benefit, not even yours. And if he was very receptive, it's like, yeah, okay, cool. If he wasn't, I would have said, dude, this is not me attacking you. This is me neutralizing things. And I did it even as a joke by talking fast like you did. Because I genuinely don't care. I mean, it's not my leg that is in pain. I can help you. But if you want me to help you, you got to help me too. So what do you want to do? And now he'll feel like an idiot. It's like, I'm just keep doing this. And he will feel like, yeah, no, you're right. And if he doesn't want to give in, he would have not been a good prospect anyways. Because I can assure you that with that attitude, you're not getting anything. So address it, fight it, face it. Yes?
See, my thing, because with what George did, I had two things in my mind. Either what I did is like asking questions, or go with what's up with the attitude. But if I say, hey, what's up with the attitude, it's almost like instead of this trying to disarm him in a certain way, I'm like adding more fuel to the fire. And
did I show you that?
Did
I did that? What's up with the attitude?
No. It's no. I'm not saying you did that. It's like this is what I had in my mind, either or. So I wasn't able to come up with a better idea.
As usually, as things in life go, the answer is not in this side or on this side, but in the meeting of both, in where they encounter. So you thought about being super aggressive or being super passive. I did the middle point, literally. That was the best route to take. So, yeah. Tyler just joining after I dropped insane value bombs all the time. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna casually miss all this sauce. Yeah, Russian comrade, does this make sense?
See, the thing is, it does make sense once you explain it. I wasn't sure I would necessarily be able to implement it like this, because how you said it, I was like, okay, if George repeats it, I was like, how do I necessarily not copy and paste it, but address it properly? Because again, in my mind, it's either a shitty way I did it myself or shitty way I just explained, which neither of those are great. Makes
This is you completely overthinking. I didn't thought about
Possibly.
that. I just called out. I joked. I made a joke. And George reacted badly, by the way. He
Mhm.
didn't. Yeah, okay, you're right. Some people would have said that, but he said like, "Dude, what's going on? Why are you talking like that?" That's him not reacting in a good way.
Mhm.
But I'm fast on my feet, and I just told him, "Do you understand why I did that? Like, because that's how you're showing up."
Mhm.
So it's if that idea confused you, just don't do it. But you need to address it. Be more serious. It's like, hey, you're showing up with this attitude where basically you're acting like you're superior than me. What's going on with that? You know about scripts, you know about sales. Awesome. Sure. Good for you. I don't know. I'm here to see if I can help you with that leg. Do you want my help or do you want to act like you know more than me? That's it. Right?
Let me try it. George, do it again. Let me see how I would be able to handle it.
Yeah, so just give it to me straight, bro. Like I've managed people like you, okay? Like I've done this millions of times, so I know the scripts, I know the objection handle, yeah, blah blah blah. Just give it to me straight, okay?
Okay, great. So you are in sales, you know what to expect. So would you like us to actually talk how we can help you with your leg?
Yeah, that's just what I'm asking. Just give it to me straight.
What are you expecting, George? Why? It's
Well, I
like,
just don't want to spend 20 minutes of a call being like, oh, how do you feel about that, bro? Like I get it, I've got a problem, I'm here to fix it, so I booked the call. Just give me the programs, how it can help me, and we go from there.
how long did you have a problem with your leg, George?
Look, man, I mean, as I said, just give me the programs, all right? See if you can help me out. I know you probably have different tiers and then upsell me or whatever. Give me what I need.
George, you want me to just guess what's wrong with you and see what are you expecting?
I don't really just guess what's wrong, but I mean, if you're on that side of the screen, it should mean you're the expert, right? So, I mean, they even positioned it on the call as you're an account executive, not a closer. So, I'd imagine you know what to do, right? So, let me
George,
know.
I'm an expert. I'm not a mind reader. If my mind is like, I really want to help you, but if you expect me to be a mind reader and say, this is what's wrong with you, this is how much it would cost, that would be the time, take it or leave it. I would do it.
Right,
So
so what are your different programs then in terms of like, what's the lower tier one? What does it offer? What does the higher tier one offer? What do they do?
I have no idea what to tell you, George. I don't know. You said I have a leg issue. What is it? What is it exactly? Is it an injury? Did you pull something? Is it stiffness? What?
Stop.
How can I can't even give you anything?
Stop. This is you. I'm gonna keep playing on the charisma thing. This is you playing on the warm side when you should be playing on the competence side.
Mhm.
If George does that to me, I'm not gonna be. That's you not knowing what to do. If George did that to me, I'm just gonna say, okay. Let's say you feel bad, you go to the doctor and you say, just fix me. I already know how it is. I know how the medicine works. Just fix me. I'm a doctor, I tell you to fuck off.
Mhm.
That's literally what you're doing right now, dude. I am here to find out your situation, to help you. Do not talk to me like this because I am not treating you like a random ass prospect. I'm treating you as someone who I'm interested and I want to help. So you either allow me to do that or you go and do your own thing, man. And good luck with your leg. And that's the attitude I'm having. Because again, he has the frame. He is conquering you. It should be the opposite. He's not doing that to me. And if he wants to, he's out of the call. I don't argue. Make sense?
See, again, I'm having issues implementing because I either had this or I have a say, hey George, just stop. Why are you here? So which is like, I'm not sure if that would be a better approach in that specific situation.
You just got to address the elephant in the room. Like you saying, "Why am I here?" I'd be like, "Well, bro, I want my knee fixed." But the elephant in the room and the underlying thing is
Why are you talking to me
you
like
being
this?
rude. Not even that. Just like, okay, bro, you know, you've seen the payrolls. You know, you understand payrolls. You understand closing. Do you understand respect as well? Because what I've seen so far is you don't understand that. So give me the respect I deserve, or we're gonna leave this call. Because you're not gonna talk to me like that, especially if you've been in these companies before. If you've managed people, even worse. You should know how to do this. So do you want help, or do you just want to have a dick measuring competition on your stance?
That's great. I didn't think of that.
But do you see? It's just showing competence. What I did, what he did, it's competence. It's dude, stop. Don't do this. There's no reason for you to do this. You do it softly, but then you increase. Like the example George gave is probably the hardest I would have gone on just to start. It's like, do you understand respect as well? It's like, all right, it's aggressive, right? But let's say you win a couple iterations, then for sure do it. But my point is that you need to start showing competence and not so much like, I just want to understand you, I want to help you, because now you're not being an authority. Yeah. Make sense?
Yeah, makes sense. We'll have to practice to implement. Where would you
Yes.
like us to continue at which point?
Yes, because we cannot stay 40 minutes in one point.
Yeah.
So let's just advance. George, you just understood.
Yeah. All right.
Take.
Yeah. Really, I'm just on this call to figure out how you can fix my knee. I've got a displaced patella, so it's pretty painful when I walk up the stairs or when I crouch or when I try and do squats at the gym. So been the best part of a year now that I've had it, and I'd like to get rid of it.
I see. How long you had that issue?
Yeah, pretty
Call
much
it
a year,
out.
man. As I said,
Not an issue. What do you have, George? Say it.
I have a displaced patella.
You say that. You have no idea what that is? Is that what
I
you
have
say?
no idea what this place patella is.
That's
No.
what you say.
This is why I try to issue and see. It's like, is it like an actual injury? I have no bloody idea.
You making it general, it loses the problem. So, I don't know. Let's say you have a financial problem. And I say, do you have a problem? Yeah, I have a problem. Do you see how that's lesser than if I say, hey, you have a financial problem? Because the second one is like, oh, it's, I don't know, Tyler arguing with his girlfriend that he does. Yes, I know. Let's say that happens, which happened, for example, yesterday. And I want you to know this. If you say, hey, you have a problem, it's problem. But if I say, I know you have a problem with this, with your girl, it's like, okay, that's insanely more specific. Make sense? It's you subtract the pain. How the fuck did you know? Did you fought with her before you joined the lounge with a white shirt when Carlito says, Tyler, you look fresh? I know. Anyways.
Yeah,
George.
see usually how I played it. If a prospect says something I understand, I had an accident, I have an injury, I name it accident injury. If it's something like this and I'm like, shit, I have no fucking idea what it is. It's almost like I'm trying to get a better idea, so I wouldn't show myself incompetent because what the fuck is this place Patel? I have no idea. So that was how I thought.
Yeah.
To go.
You don't know what to do. You really don't know.
I have a huge retard alert right now in my mind.
It's you are right now, you are overthinking this a lot. You literally have this skill, but you're overthinking this a lot. If George said that to me, I would say a displaced patella. Okay, you said that is painful. I can go two routes now. What I would really like to do, I don't need to because I literally studied medicine, so I will use that to my favor. But I'm gonna think on your guys' side, like you have no fucking idea what that is. I'm gonna say, interesting. What is that to you? And I'm just gonna pretend that I don't know that. What is that to him? Because if I say that I don't know it, it's like, how are you the expert? And I was like, what do you mean? You don't know what that is? But if I said, what is that to you? Because I had some prospects that weren't really concerned. How do you know is that? That will be the easiest way because he now starts explaining to me the problems that he has with that. This makes sense?
Yeah, because the idea was I actually wanted to find out by asking what.
You ask first. So you having this displaced patella, how do you know is that and not something else? And now he starts telling you about all the symptoms he has.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
That expands it. And the second one is the painful. He said that it's painful. How painful? Where? Can you walk? Can you not walk? What can you do? What can you not do? Those are the two routes you can go.
Yeah, George, you told me you have a displaced patella. How painful is that?
In everyday life, it's doable, but I mean, I don't really want to live doably. It's mainly when I crouch, when I squat, when I bend down. I'd say it's a good 6 out of 10.
I see. How much does it limit you?
Quite a bit, you know. I'm young, like I'm 22, bro. I'd like to do more than feel like an old person with arthritis. When I don't have arthritis, I just have a misplaced patella. So it's just like I can't run like a young person can, or I can't jump as high as I could. And being 22 is like, boom, my life's been cut short. So
Do you feel like your life has been cut short at 22?
excuse me.
You feel like your life has been cut short at 22?
Yeah.
No. So I wouldn't have started with the pain. I would have started, how do you know you have a displaced patella? He would have expanded more. That's the 1st. Then you went for the pain. Okay. How painful is it? He said pretty much a 6 out of 10. He's just like, oh, okay. And you just move on. It's like, what? 6 out of 10? Give it weight. 6 out of 10 is, it's a lot. 6 out of 10 is like, I'm even gonna be telling him, oh, are you having a 6 out of 10 pain right now? No. It's only when I do this. What about now? So I don't know. You haven't really expand on the pain yet. I don't know the information on the pain yet. You move on into the age now, which is important because he said it twice. 22 years old. It is something that is extremely important to him. It might be even your closing point. But first you need to identify the what, which is what is the displaced patella. You need him to tell you. That adds weight to it. The second one is you need to find out how is that affected him, which is, where the pain will lie. But you also got to find out that why is that a problem, which is kind of like how you went there immediately there now. So I think you don't have a structure. I can immediately tell just with this. I already fixed your problem. Done. That's it. I know what you're fucking up. You don't have a structure on your questions. I want you to right now always play. Let me share my screen.
Just before we do, I do have to go for a call. It's second call close. It might just be like 10, 15 minutes.
Go.
Hopefully we can continue it when I get back. So yeah.
Go. Good luck. Kisses. The problem, Russian comrade, is that you don't have a structure. Every time you go into the calls, I don't even want you to do the checklist selling right now. I want you to focus on the W's. The what, the why, the how, and the when. Focus on this. Obviously, you can ask more stuff, but why is this important? Because with this call, you completely forgot the what, which is the displaced patella. I'm not saying you could have gone with the pain, but you need to go immediately back into the patella. And the problem with just going a little bit on the pain is that you cannot expand it more if you don't go back. So the correct thing would have been to just go fully with the patella. Maybe it was my mistake to tell you that you could do both. That's one. You need to really get that thing clear on the what. Second, on the why. Why is the a misplaced patella problem, which is where you were going now. But you were talking about the how, which is basically the pain, like one question ago. So it's like you forgot about this. You didn't expand on the why. You didn't expand on the second why. And you just went immediately for the how. And then you jump into the why. And this is like no structure at all. So that's the problem here. What you should have done is basically, okay, what is the problem, the displaced patella? Why is that a problem? Because I cannot do this and this and this. Okay. Why do you want to change that? Well, because it is important for me to do it, because if I don't, I'm going to be fat, or I'm not going to be able to play with my son. I don't know. Okay. And then you say, how is the misplaced patella affecting you to being able to do the stuff you want to? Well, I mean, it's the pain, it's the fact that I don't feel good, blah, blah, blah. And then after we got all the pain, it's basically, you can divide this into two, because this is a perfect example of a second how, which is basically, how do you plan on fixing that? It's a perfect example of how you can expand the how in that aspect, well, on the negative and on the positive. And once you know how he's going to plan on fixing that, then you just tie it to, when do you want to fix this? Because you're 22 and you're already concerned about the time. So that's the whole problem that I am seeing. And I'm seeing this because you're an extreme overthinker now. Like, I don't know what happened, but you're overthinking this like crazy. You're not following the basic structure. And if you're not thinking the basic structure, I'm about to cook. This is Amro. Amro follows good instructions. So I'm going to choose Amro. This is Amro on a call. One direction. You right now, because, and Amro does this because he has a highway. Don't worry, Amro. I'm still going to roast you with something else, but today you get a positive. Amro follows a highway, which is, I'm going to follow the checklist selling. So I know what is the route. You right now, especially here, you kind of forgot about the route. So what you're doing is this. This doesn't take you anywhere. And for sure, this translates into overthinking for obvious reasons. Do you see your problem? That's you. That's literally your problem. You don't know how to go because you're thinking so many things. You need that highway. You need that structure. So options, the W's or the checklist selling that I explained for all of you. What would I say? Go with it. Master the W's first and ingrain that, because it's easier. To be fair, it's like, what, 5 questions? It's easier. Checklist selling has like 13. So just double down here and then double down here. You won't have this problem again, because I can see why you're not closing. It's that simple. It's not because you're asking wrong questions or bad questions. It's that your questions are all over the place. Is this making sense, what I am saying?
Yeah. And funny enough, I actually have W's framework right in front of me. I forgot I even have it. So I forgot it has been sitting there. I forgot about it. And my issue is I try to mix together everything I know based on our experience and your training, mix it with whatever script wants me to do. And at the same time, with prospects, they give me so much stuff. I'm not sure where to actually go, because often I notice prospects, I ask why are we here, they start talking 3, 4, 5 minutes, and they give me so much stuff, and I'm like, okay, so is it pain, is it past injury, is it because I cannot play with kids, is it because I want to do sports? And I have that going on.
And that is, again, let me put the drawing thingy. So and this is because I want you to imagine that the yellow points are stuff that the prospect gives you, right? And boom, 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 boom. This is what's happening. And because you're getting them all over the place, this literally creates a highway for you. It's like rocks. And now it's like you're forced to go into these weird directions because you don't know where to go. So that only makes it worse. What you want to do is you receive a rock of the prospect, and as soon as you receive a rock, you put it here, and then here, and then here, and then here, and then here. But you're putting them like that. It's you. So prospects will give you sometimes a lot of stuff, And what I just do is I'm gonna align those stuff into, okay, what is the thing that I need to focus now? What is the most important thing? Right? That usually comes with what has the most severity, or what is the thing that is more anchored into the present. So if the prospect says, my shoulder hurts, but my knee is killing me, I'm gonna talk about the knee. If the prospect says, I used to have this back pain, but now this elbow is, I can't even move it, I'm going to talk about the elbow because it is present versus past. Present is more important. And because the severity, the pain, it's bigger on the knee than in the shoulder. And that's how you can put them into one direction so that oh, okay, me knowing this means that I know what I have to talk about, especially when they give me a lot of stuff. It's the process of prioritizing. You not prioritizing means that you end up in this scenario. You're not prioritizing. You're here. If you prioritize, you have a highway, which is what happens to me. I could be in a discovery and you can give me 100 topics. I'm only going to say, okay, so this. Tell me about this. That's what I do. And I prioritize. All of you should be doing the same. Otherwise, this loophole is going to happen and you will be super lost. Make sense?
It makes sense. I will have to practice and on the calls and see how I can implement it, because I'm still trying to somehow follow the script, follow the framework, and at the same time not lose something, because prospects usually unload a ton of stuff on me.
Yes, this is easy, by the way. This is the good news. This is easy because the hard part is having the skills. The hard part is knowing what to ask. The hard part is being curious. That is the harder part. You just prioritizing and just following the one direction is easy. The W's are easy because you just have to look at the W's. And as soon as the prospect is talking, you say, so what is the problem? And once you know, oh, problem is this, checked. So why is that a problem? And these are questions that you can ask the prospect. You can just ask yourself. And this is a great way for all of you to never be lost on calls. You just use the W's, which is, okay, so that's a problem. Okay, why do you want to change this? And you can say it, or you can say this to yourself, and you can frame it as in a different question for them. And they're like, oh, yeah. So, yeah. And how do you plan on changing this? Or how is this affecting you? Okay, I see. And when do you want to change? The W's are super easy. I need you to use the W's more. You'll never lose direction. And the second, obviously, if you're struggling with someone gives you a lot, is prioritizing. And I'll say it again so that you guys don't forget it, because none of you, I think, wrote this down. You prioritize based on the severity of the problem and based on the timeline, which you could put that is the present is bigger than the past and even more than the future. So if it is a present problem, I'm prioritizing it. If it has more severity, I'm prioritizing it, because people will give you multiple things. I'm not saying to ignore the rest, but focus on prioritizing, and then you see. You might make a mistake. This happens to me. This happened to me yesterday, actually, in a call where I prioritized something that I shouldn't. And then I was like, oh, so this is not the real problem? No, not really. Oh, well, that's even better. Oh, yeah. And we just talk about the other problem. So it's fine. You can recover from it. That's not a problem. But you always need to prioritize, and you always need to have a highway, build that highway, because the rest you already have. Is this making sense?
Yeah. So look, worst case scenario, I might even go with the question verbatim.
Yeah, literally. I do this sometimes because. So I'm gonna call with you, and I want to know, why do you want to change this, right? So if I'm thinking that and I don't understand it, I can just say, so why do you want to change this? It's fine. Like, it's not a bad question anyways, right? So yeah, you can go with it. If you find there's a better way of doing it, go with that. Just go. There's not a single problem on that aspect. Yeah.
Yeah, I will actually have a one call later today. I will implement it, and we will have a watch party, and Jared will help me out just to see what he can pinpoint on his end. So thank you so much for it.
Yeah, do it. You will close and then thank me later. Okay.
I will.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No, well, I'm reading the chat. 1 second, Kevin. How the fuck did you know, Tyler? The mind reading is not mind reading. I just looked at him. So he shows up with one of his eyes has tears. You can see it. I zoomed. You can see he has a tear. So why would he cry? Why would someone like Tyler cry? Or be extremely enraged? Is it a family thing? It's a money thing? Or it's a girlfriend? Doesn't feel like the family is a problem right now. And the money he's closing a lot. Therefore, I'm not mind reading. I'm doing deductions and I'm reading body language. Tyler, show me your nah. Bon chance, he's Asian. Yeah, true. I'm having this lack of direction problem from overthinking. Yeah. I mean, that thing generates the overthinking. So fix the direction and you won't overthink. W's are easy for directions. The checklist selling is if you're not getting anything, you need to go balls deep in the discovery. I like it. I like it. I'm lost. What happened? What? It's about tearing eye. I just read. Tyler joined the Discord and I knew that he fought with his girlfriend. He was like, "What, George? It's scary the things you read on us that you don't tell us." Yeah, I know. I cannot tell you anything. That would be annoying as fuck though. Imagine that. Like right now, it's a funny thing. What? He saw that in Tyler. But imagine if I did that to all of you all the time. You're like, dude, fuck off. I learned that. I had to learn that. Even with the people that I'm around. There's a lot I don't say. It's annoying. It's annoying as shit. I know you're a slime motherfucker and you analyze us. Yes. Do it to me. You're a pervert. That's what I'm seeing on your face. So my skills are getting better at reading people though. Good. You guys will become really good. Kevin?
Yeah, you said for us to write you prioritize based on severity of the problem, and what else was it? I can write it down.
Severity of the problem, and if the problem is a present thing versus a past thing. If it's present, you prioritize it. If it's in the past, not necessarily. Okay. In the meantime, George, you're just excited and you're eager to learn these things so you can do this stuff to other people. That's what you're thinking. That's what you want. That makes sense, Kevin?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. All right, lads. Let's go a little bit more. Oh, no. Let's go a little bit more, okay? Russian comrade, George. A little more and we'll call it a day.
What was the issue George mentioned? One I cannot pronounce.
I've got a displaced patella.
Jesus Christ, I need to write it down. So George, displaced patella, why is it a problem?
How do you know you have it? Like, make him expand on it.
Yeah.
Make him expand.
George, how do you know you have displaced patella?
Well, I was running, many of my numerous businesses, and as I do, between meetings, between breaks, I go to the gym, and I pushed myself a bit too hard on a 10K run, and I'd been putting stress on it, but I didn't really pay attention to it. And then this 10K run, I think, was just the thing that tipped it over, in a sense, and so I just felt a snap in my leg, and I went to the doctor, and he said it's your kneecap has been misplaced. There's a tendon there called the patella, and it's essentially just moved over, meaning that it's caused stress and it's inflamed. So every time that you bend your knee, it rubs against your bones, causing this pain. So that's how I know.
Do you see? Do you see what just happened with one question? He is fucked. And he just said it to me. I don't even need anything else now. I can close them just with that.
Mm.
So just this is the again, it's basic, but it gives you so much. How do you know we have that thing? We're expanding on the what.
Mm.
He just gave us a very clear what, a very clear what, whilst also bragging that he has several companies or whatever the fuck. So I know he has money now, probably. So that's even easier. Look at all the things that I got from that. Okay, so what would you say to that?
I had two options: either how long ago it happened, or what doctor told you how to deal with it, how to fix the issue.
None. None. So you understand the what, right? Now,
Mhm.
genuinely, I would be human and I would say, oh, damn, man, you okay? And I just make it worse. Me, by being human, makes it so much worse for him. Because if I say, damn, man, are you okay? It's like, yeah, I don't know. And now it's like, it's worse. And then I'm going to find out the why that is a problem. And if you don't, if you think you're sounding salesy by saying, so why that's a problem? I would say, well, clearly that's not something you want. Why is a problem for you specifically? Does it inhibit you from doing stuff, or what do you mean? And now he's expanding on that why. Make sense?
So in that case, I can just go to, so George, why is it a problem? Just like that.
Yeah, it's a problem, man. I mean, at 22, bro, I'd rather be running around and doing shit. But I work most of the time, so I guess that's why I haven't really prioritized this so much. Because I work so much, so I don't really do as much sport as I used to. But I'm reminded every time I go up the stairs or try and do squats on leg day that this is a problem.
How long ago it happened?
No. Well, actually, not bad. I'm
See,
just
because
being
it's
picky.
the
Yeah,
idea
yeah, yeah.
was how long ago, why you decided to fix it right now? Because he said I didn't have time, so I just wanted to find out.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when.
It's not bad. I'm just trolling you at this point. But
Yeah.
I would have just, I don't know. I would have carved the knife. I would have just skinned him alive at this point. It's, but let's see. Let's see what you do. I wanna hear how this goes.
Yeah, it's been about a year and a half.
Year and a half. What made you want to work on fixing it right now? Why not 6 months ago? Why not earlier?
Why not earlier? I've tried fixing it, but it got even worse because the physiotherapist I went with was not very well trained, so he actually made the problem worse. And again, for a while, I was so focused on working, I didn't really bother focusing on it. So that's an issue that I've had to deal with, and now I've realized like I can't just avoid it by saying I'm busy. So I wanna avoid it. Yeah, not avoid it. I want to confront it this time.
Before you go,
Mhm.
at least I want to explain to you guys what I would have done when I stopped you. So you find out the what. Yes, this one is checked. Then you jump into why that is a problem. He said that he cannot do leg day. He works. He wasn't prioritizing, whatever. Right. What you did is, instead of digging a little bit more here, which is what I would have done, you just went here immediately, which is the question on for how long you had this and why do you want to fix it now. Like, you took it to that direction, and why do you want to fix it now is this one, which is, why do you it's enough for you to stop having this problem. I would have stayed here a little bit longer so that you guys understand, since we're playing on the W's, which is, I would have said, okay, so you have this problem that is inhibiting you from doing leg day. And what else? I'm just going to even play dumb if I want to. Yeah, no, it's not allowing me to do this and this and this. And why is that a problem, man? Just not, you could just, if you work a lot like this, why is that a problem at all? You just skip leg day like all the bros do. And he's like, nah, I don't want to. I want to do. It's like, I'm enhancing the why that is a problem. That's one example, but he's probably have other reasons on why he wants to fix that. And then once I have layers of why that is a problem, I'm gonna be jumping into, okay, I see why this is a problem. Why do you want to fix it now, though? And do you see how that will be way more impactful now? This is basically the explanation of what you did, Russian comrade, is that you went 2 feet under. I would have went 20. And I would have went 20 feet in here. Well, I mean, actually, it's kind of stupid to do it here, but I would have went 20 feet in here. I would have went 20 feet in here. I'm going 40 feet in here. And I'm going 80 feet in here. Okay? Like, obviously, I'm making an exaggeration, but you guys get the point. I'm going all the way down as severity increases. What you did is like 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet, 2 feet. Pitch. Make sense?
This is exactly what I have been doing because in my mind, I mean, the knee injury, it limits you. I would want to fix that, check, but again, it's not enough. But in my mind, it
Oh.
was enough, and I just move forward. So it's that has been a pattern.
Yeah.
Definitely a problem.
Why does it limit you? Why does the knee injury limit you? Why?
Mhm.
You know? So keep going from where you take it. Let's do a little bit more and we close off.
Shit, where do
Why
we
now?
stop?
You asked why now?
Yeah. Yeah, so George, what made you want to fix the problem right now? Why not earlier?
Because I guess part of me thought it would stop inflamming by itself. And I realized that it's just not. You know, I did some rugby recently when I was in Japan, and I realized, you know what? Even when I'm training, even when I'm active again, it's not going to go away. And I plan on being more active now that I'm removing myself more from my business. I've got more employees. I'm able to remove myself more, so I want to do more sport activities, and the problem's still there. So it was just wishful thinking on my part.
I see. Why is it important for you to do more sports activities right now?
I'm in shape, man. I'm 22. I want to be able to use my body to the fullest, you know. What does Marcus Aurelius say? It's a shame to grow old without seeing what your body's capable of. That's kind of what's happening for me, so.
I see. But why is it important for you? I mean, Marcus Aurelius said a ton of things. Why is it?
Don't focus on Marcus Aurelius. Who the fuck cares about it?
I had no fucking idea what to ask. Look, I am a brain dead right now. I was like, shit, where do I go? So,
Well, multiple things. An easy one is, okay, you told me you tried to fix this before. Why? That's one.
Mhm.
Another one is he said that now he wants to become more active. Why? He says that, or him being more active, what does that look like? Right? Because keep in mind that right now you're in the why do you want to fix this? So you asking, why do you want to become more active? It's part of that. You asking Marcus Aurelius, it's like, who cares about Marcus Aurelius? He's a G. I like this. I like his quotes, but not relevant now.
also, I wanted to tie this, like, but why is it important to you specifically? It's like not about his quote, but why is it important for you specifically? Is where I was wanted to go with it.
You know what? One mistake you did.
Mhm.
You are too zoomed in. What does that look like? You're asking a question based on what he just said instead of asking a question based on reading the situation. I'm asking a question basing on the whole thing. You asked the question on Marcus Aurelius because you're so zoomed in
Mhm.
that you can only repeat back what he just said.
Yeah. Mhm.
Don't do that. So, what would you ask him now?
George, why do you actually want to be more active right now?
I've been lifting more at the gym. I've been getting more into calisthenics as well. So I want to make more use of my body, um, especially if I'm getting stronger, and I won't get any younger from now. So might as well get stronger and use that strength. So yeah, I want to be more active, do more than just going to the gym like I have been. I don't want it to look good. I want to feel good. I want to feel strong, and I feel strong on the top. I don't feel so strong on the bottom.
What's the actual goal? Were you feeling stronger?
No, now is when you zoom in. Perfect example. Now you zoom in. Why? Because he just said, I want to feel strong. I don't want to feel like this. And you say, how do you currently feel right now? Do you feel strong right now? Do you feel weak right now? How do you, it's like you press that point. Press it. Press it. Because he just gave you, an easy way for you to molest them. Like an easy way for you to win that. Easy. Yes.
Mhm.
If you, I think you're so fixated on what is the correct thing to say
Mhm.
that you. So you, after doing that molestation, look, oh, look. How do I make this in the simplest way possible? No, that chat is crazy. How do I make this in the simplest way possible? You are, overall, from what I am seeing, you're trying to do things perfectly. You're trying to not make a mistake. That only will take you to make a lot of mistakes. So, what is the thing that you have to do? Accept the failure and just relax a bit. I need you to genuinely just, I know the high stakes you're at. That also doesn't help. But I genuinely need you to relax a bit. Like, chill. And then jump back into do the stuff, because this is slowly consuming you, and you're focusing so much on being fixated and perfect, and this is hurting you. So this is another problem that you have, but we already discussed this before, which again, I understand why. It's not like I was in that situation before, so I know what it is. I know what it is to be pressed, right? The thing is that it is only you who can develop that mindset, who can endurance that pressure, and turn that pressure into fuel for you. But right now, that pressure is crushing you. So it's a lot of work in here. Obviously, this is stuff that you can fix. This is stuff that you can, 100%. But right now, that's the internal problem. And the skill problem is that you're not following a structure. Because after you started following the structure, these corrections that I am making are for me to make you better. But now it's not like you're barking at the wrong tree. You're not barking at the wrong tree with your questions now. I'm just guiding you into what is the best thing you can say. Different. But when you started, you were just barking at whatever it moved. That makes sense?
You're 100% on point with mentality of how it's crushing me. Because, for example, stupid example, I saw me getting logged out of a moves method account. My first thought, did I just pull the same thing my previous offer pulled on me, even though there is no good reason for it? It's almost like I'm already expecting things to go wrong. It's kind of like I'm almost like I'm afraid to make a move.
Yeah.
This is how it feels like.
Just also think at how you started asking me the first question. Yeah, the marketing sucks. I suck. It's like, okay.
Mhm.
Is the what you're putting here, it's so important. What you're putting here is so important. You cannot feed your mind with a negative thing. You cannot eliminate that. Okay?
Yeah, Andre, you got this, man. I mean, you have the same problem I've had, which I still have as well. I think Andre's kind of had it too. Like, I've just been so focused on just zooming in and being too rigid with what I need to do next, and therefore not giving yourself permission to fail. And to fail requires being real. And you're missing out on the opportunity to be real because you want to focus on the tactics, when really it's all about just having a normal conversation. And it's hard to grasp, oh, let me just have a normal conversation when you got bills to pay. you're not doing as well as you were, you're not making the money you wanted to make, you feel stressed. Like when I had that good month and then it just went down, I was like, I I couldn't do it. So I had to. I'd urge you to do what Luca told me to do, which is do a self-discovery on yourself. Like, how many people take the time out of their day to talk to a brick wall? Not many. But if you don't talk to yourself, you keep it in the heart. And so you're like you're caged, and that's why you zoom in, is because you haven't exteriorized your own pain. So you're going to interiorize other people's pain. So you need to let your pain out first before you try and let other people's pain out. Because that's why you're focusing on like boom, boom, boom. You're focusing on the tactics, you're focusing on the smaller things because you haven't addressed the bigger thing in yourself, which is the pain that you have. So confront that, write it down on a piece of paper, take 30 minutes, it will change your life.
All good. Thank you, George.
Coach George for you guys. So very
Yes.
well. Is this clear? Yeah.
Mhm.
Like to be fair, after what we discussed, this thing with the mindset and you just having a solid direction should fix the problem. Because the rest is us getting back into this route of how can you polish this? How can you polish this? What was the best question right now? And that's great. That's what separates masters from good people. But right now you're in the race of how can I stop having this master so I can become good? Okay? So win this race first. Because right now that is hurting you, and you win it in here. Yeah.
You just have to vibrate.
You're not vibrating with the universe enough. Ambro?
Yeah.
I just want to expand on the topic because this is something I learned yesterday and I wrote a few things down for myself,
Go.
which is everything you do comes from internal work. When you fuck up, don't think of why you fucked up. Think of where is that coming from. And when you start with the mentality of closing, don't start with the mentality of closing, but helping. And it's up to them if they want to get help. This way you never get detached or you never get attached to the sale. Those are things I wrote down yesterday, which is very similar to the topic we're talking about
like
right
it.
now.
I like it. Nice. Good. Jaden, you wanted to ask? You wanted to say something as well?
That was about the role play, but it's okay. I
What?
wanted to ask because I saw you once and also a certain influencer skip the why. They went straight into the why now. I don't know why it is. In the case of the influencer, it was after the first initial question that this guy was in pain for 10 years, and then he immediately said, why now?
Yeah.
And also you, in one role play, you said we were kind of slow with our questions. So instead of say, why is that a problem, you said, why now? So are there any exceptions, like when to say why now before the why?
Not necessarily. It's just that you saying why now, you become more specific. So if I tell you, Jaden, why do you want a better body? You say, well, I just want to look better. If I say, why now? You said, I mean, I want to look better because there's this chick in the gym. I really want to impress her. It's more likely that you're going to give me that type of answer if I am anchoring it into the present, which again takes me back into the priority aspect, which is severity. How much does it hurt? And I don't know what's the word, but just focusing on the present and not so much on the past. There must be a word for that. Fuck if I know that one, but hopefully you guys get the point. Yeah?
Makes sense, yeah.
Okay. Any others? Questions?
I just wanted to say I
Go.
played a very, very real prospect. That was just me. So it's interesting to see how you could close me on it, because I'm in a lot of pain even just in reality, and I think it just cements not only how good you are at closing, but the way that you are teaching us closing is not wrong. Like, a lot of people might be like, don't do it Luca's way, don't do 40-minute discoveries, don't even do discoveries, follow a script. It's like the way that I felt having to explain my pain, it's painful, bro. It's like shit, I've got to explain. It feels intrusive, but in a way that's good for you. And I don't think, why would you want to do it any other way? I don't understand why other salespeople might be like, you got to do 15-minute discovery, blah, blah, blah. Like, it just felt like you were helping. And it's literally like, as you say, you put pieces of your life together, you know? And all the questions that you asked, when you asked them, I was like, shit, you know exactly where you're going. Because I was going to mention something like, oh, recently I saw a guy, he talked to me because he needed help with his bench. And it was his first day at the gym and he lifted 200 kilograms on the squat. And I said, wow, I can't do that just yet because of my patella. Boom, slap in the face. Right, so you already knew what you were going to do with your questions before you even asked them. And so me as a prospect, I'm like, I'm fucked. So yeah, it just exteriorizes how much this works. Because when we prat around and we play stupid prospects, like, yeah, if you feel something, but when it's actually you know it's working. You know, you don't need any scripts, you don't need any word track or whatever. You just have to try it on yourself and realize, yeah, this works.
Appreciate the glaze, the casual glaze.
Yes.
I'm glad it's true. But just keep in mind as well, George is saying this, and I didn't even ask him a question. I just told Russian comrade to go into this direction. I didn't do a discovery on him. If I genuinely did, oh boy, he's fucked. Oh man, prepare yourself because that patella is gonna hurt a lot. But I didn't ask him a question. I was just telling Russian comrade you should go here, more than the question itself. So if the direction does that much of an impact, I want you to imagine how much a series of questions on my side would leave you. It's like, it's like I'm just like I explained to Anjonator multiple times, and obviously I keep getting better with time. Is that invisible pressure that it just keeps crushing you against the wall, and you're like, all right, just kill me. Jaden?
Yeah, earlier you mentioned the how is the pain when Russian comma went into the pain. You said it's the how, and you also told me that how are you gonna fix it? So I'm kind of confused. Is it both, or what is the how exactly?
No, the how is the thing is that the how. So I'll write it down so that this is clear in the clearest possible way. So where is this? Oh, I deleted it. Never mind. I'm dumb. Wait, is this not working? Bruh. I gotta reset this. I'll just say it. Whatever. The what is the problem? The why. Why is that a problem? The second why. Why do you need to fix that problem? The how. The how has two parts that are not always going to happen. That's the problem with the how. The thing is that the how is basically how do you plan to fix that? But it's also in a way of how is this a problem, right? And the thing is that it doesn't manifest always because the how is that a problem in the majority of the times gets answered with the first why. So it's kind of redundant. That's why I never put it there. But sometimes if that's not clear, you got to use that how as a guide for that as well. I don't know if this is making sense. But it's not like, I don't know, if it's confusing, I don't want you to think it as a second how because I don't even do. It's just if something is not clear, just ask. Just ask it in whatever moment.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think about the word how or what or why. I just think about the idea. Because what else the problem could be formulated with why as well. Why on this call? This is what is the problem as well. So I don't think about the word why, what, and how. If you know what I
So
mean.
no, I'm lost now.
Because if you say how is the problem, that could be the why is the problem.
Oh yeah.
So there's no different there.
It's the impact that it has. The why makes people explain more on the idea itself, but the how it forces your mind to put tangible things. So if I say to you, Jaden, you not closing every single day, and I say, why is that? You're going to tell me, well, it's because, you know, I'm not in a good offer, broad thing. But if I say the how is that, you say, well, I mean, I'm getting no shows. I'm not finding. It's like the how forces you to talk more, expand on it. I don't know if that makes sense. Usually it does that. The thing is that I like to play on the why because it's like broad and then you start going narrower with the final analogy that I'm always explaining to you guys. If that is confusing, just use the how. It shouldn't be confusing. Yes?
Yeah, that makes sense. And
You look
does
confused.
one of these no, that not really. But that gets ownership when you say why you're not closing.
What gives you ownership?
Yeah, when you say why you're not closing. So the why, can that also give me ownership? The prospect?
Yes.
Okay, now I just wanted to know if there's a specific W that gets ownership, but it doesn't matter.
No,
Like, it
no, no,
can,
no,
but
no,
it,
no.
yeah, okay.
No. The commitment, the ownership, the pain, the motivation, the interest, the desire, the trust, those are things that the W's and the checklist selling, it's a highway where you go, right? And all those thingies, the COB, the MIT, and all that is like little stations where you pause, you grab food, and you keep going. Make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's more like that. Andronator?
I don't know if you can relate to this. Sometimes when I ask what is the problem, and they clearly lay out what is the problem and how that affects them, and then the third is why do you want to change? Sometimes I can almost feel a bit stupid asking that because they just laid out to me that I have X, Y, Z problem, and it's obvious that no one would like to have those problems. So if
Yeah.
you then ask why do you want to change, it's like, bro, did you not listen? Do you get what I'm saying?
It does. And I think unless I'm completely tripping, I kind of smiley like kind of address that in the call with the role play here. But if I didn't, I don't know. I'll explain it more clearly at least. You saying something obvious doesn't mean that you have to ask it as something obvious. So if George said that he has that broken patella, and I said, "Wow, why is that a problem?" It's like, well, dude. In the worst case, he telling me, "Well, dude, I mean, it's obvious." You just say, "Well, I mean, obviously, I understand why you don't like that. Obviously, I get it, but I don't know why specifically you don't like that. Is it just the pain? Is the fact that you cannot train? Is the fact that you want to become a marathon runner and you can't? Why is that a problem? Because you want the specific so that you can leverage that for yourself." The way I addressed it, now I remember in the call in this role play, is basically making sure that the question is, I get it that you have a broken patella. I get that that could be problematic. I'm not sure how. Why is that a problem? You can say like that so that people understand. Because, Anjonator, if I tell you, you are not making 30 grand a month, why is that a problem? It's like, dude, I mean, it's obvious. I want to make more money. But if I say, so you're not making 30 grand a month, why is that a problem? I mean, you can still have money to eat. George can still walk. I can just turn it to the negative as well. So why is that a problem then? You could just skip leg day, George. And Donator, you don't have to buy a Mustang. And they're like, no, I want to do leg day. No, I want to have the Mustang. And now you have to, again, if it's clear, you can just use enticing, which is, oh, so you could just skip leg day. And it's like, nah, I'm not gonna skip leg day, man. It's like, nah, I'm not gonna not buy my car, man. That makes sense? Or
Yeah. It clarifies a shit ton. Just a follow-up question on that.
Yeah.
Something they do on my offer sometimes is they can do what you did. So it seems like you like that. They say, okay, I see, I understand your situation, but I mean, hey, there's people out there that have it worse than you, or I mean, still, after all, you can do X, let's say. So why do you wanna get Y? So it seems like that is a question you would like, you support.
not a lot because you're comparing it to other people. If I said to George, so there's other people who don't train, George is like, Yeah, I don't give a shit. I care about me. Maybe he doesn't say that consciously, but subconsciously, I know, of course. If I say to you, yeah, Donator, not everyone buys a Mustang, what are you going to tell me? I want to.
Yeah.
So do you see, it's like you comparing it to someone else doesn't has the same effect that if I told you, so Andronator, why can't you accept not having a Mustang? Now you have to tell me. Because I want it because of this or whatever.
Tell us, Andre.
Yeah, that makes sense, motherfucker.
You
Yeah.
deflecting?
He's definitely deflecting. I don't know what is the thing he doesn't want to say. Are you embarrassed of what you said?
Are you wanting me to answer the question, Lily?
Yes.
Why I kind of accept that I don't have a Mustang? Well, it's something I've always been wanting, man. And if there's motherfuckers out there that can do it, why wouldn't I be able to do it?
There's more. There's 100% more there.
Yeah.
Anyways. All good, ladies? Yes?
Yes.
Very good.
Okay, so I have to see my dog if he's still alive, hopefully, or not hopefully. I don't know. He's a mess, so we'll see. Hopefully you guys like this call. Kevin, your first call. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you thought?
I think there's fantastic value in this, absolutely. I think the only question I bloody have, to be honest, is how can I actually apply this towards my DM setting role? I know that with the first point that you told us to write down, I have an idea of how I can potentially write it down, but it's just, like
Yeah.
use it to my advantage. But it's just there's a lot. There's a lot. There's a lot.
You as a setter, I mean, I think you told me that eventually you would like to do closing, but right now that you are in the setting aspect, the same of Carlitos. Well, Carlitos is not here now. Step 1, quit. Step 2, become a closer. No, it's fine. Setting is a fantastic point to start. Isabel literally started with that. And then you transition more into it. It's fully fine. I would say everything that you hear, literally everything that you hear from this, everything that you hear in the context of, in basically everything in content on school, all the things that I explained, everything is applicable to setting. The only difference is that you have to realize that you have to be a lot shorter, like for obvious reasons, right? You're sending a DM, you're not talking. So be extremely short, be even more direct. You're going to see that I teach you guys to be more direct, but be very direct, okay? And you're going to see that just with those extra changes, that's it. That's genuinely enough. And some obvious things like if I am teaching you guys to use a more concerned tonality, well, you're not going to use that on a DM setting. Well, how are you going to send a DM with that? But actually, you can use it. There are things that you put to have a tonality. A dot means a downward inflection. An exclamation point is like an upward inflection. So a suspense point is like confused. I'll help you with all that stuff. But the reality is that right now you're just absorbing this. You will see a massive change. I can guarantee you that. So, anyways,
I appreciate the help. Yeah, it could. Yeah. Yeah,
awesome, man. Awesome, man. Awesome.
Cool. Very cool.
Kevin, when you joining next level?
We'll see.
Absorb everything the same way you absorb light from the room. It's a good one, actually. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good one. It's a good one. Anyways, you wanted to say something, Isabel? No? Okay. All right. Ladies, we're good. Call is done. Isabel, behave. Stop saying stuff that are not appropriate on calls. Stop. Okay? Be like Amro, an angel, basically. Anyways, Ladies, I will see you all in the war room and on Sunday, okay? Peace out.
Thank you, Lucas. See you soon.